Have you ever heard someone say, "My vote doesn't matter," or "people with money buy all the elections," or "no matter who I vote for, nothing changes"? These are things we hear from a lot of people, but are they true? I'm Steve Buckingham, Chair of the Unitarian Universalist Legislative Ministry of Maryland, and we help people participate in our democracy and make an impact on how our country is governed. In this video, we'll be talking about how voting can make a difference in how our government operates and make changes for the better. First, let me tell you why I personally think an individual's vote is so important. I grew up where most people didn't share my views, and I even got roughed up in high school for speaking out for my beliefs. They said it would always be that way, that nothing would change. But only a few years later, my vote helped to elect the very first local official from my party in 30 years. I always feel proud when I vote my conscience, especially since I know it can make a difference and help change things for the better. To start, we need to understand that democracy is a group activity. To determine the will of the people, we need more than one person's opinion. Thank goodness. If only one person made all of the decisions, that would be a dictatorship. So elections are about choosing which officials the people want to run the government. What we, the people, want. All of the people. And those who choose not to vote are denying us their opinion. They're part of the will of the people. However, there are actually many examples of close elections where a handful or even one vote would have made the difference in the outcome. One study reported that between 1898 and 1992, one of every 100,000 votes cast in the U.S. elections and one out of every 15,000 votes cast in state elections mattered in the sense that they were cast for a candidate that officially tied or won by one vote. Wikipedia has a long list of close election results at the national and state level. Most recently, in the 2017 Virginia elections, both candidates for state delegate in the 94th district received exactly the same number of votes. The race was determined by blindly drawing the winner's name from a bowl. Not only did this choose who was elected, it determined which party controlled the chamber for the next 2 years. A single vote either way would have had a lot of power to determine the state's future. A single vote can matter. But what about the influence of money in elections? Since elections began, campaign contributions have been a significant factor in deciding the winners. Large donations, in particular, can distort elections and override the will of the people, since money can give the candidate considerable advantage in communicating his or her name and positions to the voters. The U.S. Supreme Court recently opened the doors to almost unlimited amounts of money flowing to campaigns when it overturned limits that Congress had imposed on donations over the past 100 years. However, in recent years, online donations have increased the ability of candidates to accumulate small donations from many more people, giving candidates with broad support a better chance to overcome the impact of wealthy donors. Furthermore, money can buy advertising, but it cannot vote. Ultimately, people are the ones who cast ballots, and a wealthy person has only one vote, same as you. In every election, the people have the power to overcome whatever amounts of money are thrown into the elections. And electing people willing to reimpose limits on money in politics could make it even easier for the voice of the people to be heard. Finally, what about those who say that elections don't matter, that nothing ever changes? It may look like that to some, but even a casual review of history reveals positive changes that have been made over time. The right to vote in America, which is originally limited to free, white men with wealth and/or property, has been extended over the years to women, African Americans, Native Americans, younger people, and those without economic means. The federal and state governments have taken a larger role in supporting education for all children. State constitutions now guarantee public schools. Basic necessities such as food, SNAP or food stamps, Income, that includes unemployment insurance, workers' compensation, Social Security, public assistance, and health care, Medicare, Medicaid, and Affordable Care Act. And the government now protects more people from unfair discrimination, including unequal treatment based on religion, race, nationality, gender, age, and gender identity. While these changes have not solved all problems and are not themselves perfect, the trend has been towards expansion of rights and needed services and protections. So things have changed, and they can change again, depending on who we, the people, put in office. Our individual votes can and do matter, and grouped together, they can overcome the corrupting influence of money in politics, and ultimately, our collective voices for needed changes can be heard and followed. So don't let anyone tell you that your vote doesn't matter. It does, a lot. Now it's your turn to make a difference. Exercise your power and vote in the next election. If you're looking for more tips on voting, then be sure to like us below and subscribe for more videos like this one. Thank you.